Hello everyone, my name is Wildanugar Nurova, and today I will try to explain about training and strategic development of people in the organization. So, based on the learning objective on the video, we can learn 7 learning objectives that I will explain to all of you. So, the first learning objective that should we know is discuss how training, informal learning, knowledge management, and development can contribute to continuous learning and an organization business strategy. We discuss about the role of each training, informal learning, knowledge management, and development. The role of training is to build essential skill, ensure compliance, and align employees with business goals. The role of informal learning is encourage adaptability, problem solving, and knowledge sharing through experience and collaboration. And the role of knowledge management is capture and distribute valuable insight, preventing knowledge loss and boosting efficiency. The role of the development is enhance career growth, leadership, and workforce adaptability for long-term success. In the next learning objective, I should explain the step involved in the systematic approach to training in organization. So, a systematic approach to training in organization begins with a needs assessment, which identifies skill gaps and learning requirements. This step involves analyzing organizational goals, employee performance, and future industry demands. The methods, such as surveys, interview, and performance proposal, help determine what training is necessary and who should receive it. Once, once needs are identified, the training design and the delivery pace follows, where organizations select the most effective presentation method. This method includes instructor-led training, e-learning, on-the-job training, simulation, and case studies. The choice depends on factors like content complexity, audience size, and available resources to ensure effective learning. So after the delivery, the next step is implementation, where training sessions are conducted according to the plan structure. Trainer facilitate the learning through interactive method, assessment, and feedback loops to enhance retention. This space ensure employee engage with the material and apply new skill to their roles. Finally, evaluation measure training effectiveness using models like Kirkpatrick's 4-level reaction, learning, behavior, and result. Organization assess participant feedback, knowledge retention, and job performance improvements. These steps help refine future training programs and ensure alignment with business objectives. So, in the next learning objective, I will explain about the importance of managing workforce diversity and inclusion in the employee onboarding process. So, managing workforce diversity and inclusion is crucial for fostering innovation, collaboration, and employee satisfaction. A diverse workforce brings different perspectives, enhancing problem solving and decision making. Inclusion ensures all the employees feel valued, leading to higher engagement, reduced turnover, and a positive workplace culture. The employee onboarding process plays a vital role in the integrating new hires into the organization. A structured onboarding program familiarizes employees with company values, expectation, and results, improving productivity and job satisfaction. Effective onboarding also reduce early turnover by helping new employees feel welcome and prepared. Next is explain how employee development contributes to strategies related to employee retention, developing intellectual capital, and business growth. So, employee development enhance retention by providing career growth opportunities, reducing turnover, and increasing job satisfaction. When employees see a clear path for advancement, they are more likely to stay commit to the organization, reducing hiring and training costs. Developing intellectual capital ensure that employees continuously expand their knowledge and skills, driving innovation and efficiency. Investing in learning programs, mentorship, and cross-training strengthens the organization knowledge base, preventing skill gaps and enhancing overall performance. From a business growth perspective, well-developed employees contribute to higher productivity, improved customer service, and stronger leadership pipelines. This creates a competitive advantage, enabling the organization to adapt to market change and sustain long-term success. Next, how we discuss the steps and responsibilities in the development planning process. The development planning process involves a structured step to enhance employees' growth and align individual goals with the organizational objective. It ensures continuous skill improvement, career progression, and business success. First, we need to do assessment. Employees and managers evaluate current skills, strengths, and areas for improvement through self-assessment, performance reviews, and feedback. The second is goal setting. Clear, measurable development goals are established, focusing on skill enhancement, leadership growth, or career advancement. Third is action planning. Specific learning activities such as training, mentoring, job rotation, or certification. The fourth is implementation. Employees actively engage in development activities while managers provide guidance, resource, and encouragement. The fifth is evaluation and adjustment. Progress is reviewed periodically to assess effectiveness, make necessary adjustment, and ensure alignment with evolving business needs. Responsibilities are shared between employees and managers. Employees take ownership of their growth by engaging in learning opportunities, while managers support development through coaching, feedback, and resource allocation. Organization facilitate this process by fostering a culture of continuous learning. Next is discuss current trends in using formal education for development. So, current trends in formal education for development focus on flexibility, accessibility, and industry relevance to meet evolving workforce needs. Organizations are leveraging various educational approaches to upskill employees and drive business success, such as online and hybrid learning. Digital platforms such as MOOCs, corporate learning, and virtual universities provide employees with flexible learning opportunities. Second is partnership with universities. Companies collaborate with academic institutions to offer specialist programs, executive education, and certification courses tailored to industry demands. Third is tuition assistance and reimbursement. Many organizations support employees' formal education by covering tuition costs, encouraging continuous learning and career growth. Fourth is micro-credential and certification. Short, skill-focused programs such as a digital badge and nano degrees offer employees a quicker way to gain expertise in emerging fields like AI, data analytics, and sustainability. By embracing this trend, business enhance employee capabilities, improve retention, and maintain a competitive edge in rapidly changing job market. Next is relate how assessment of personality type, work behavior, and job performance can be used for employee development. Assessing personality type, work behavior, and job performance helps tailor employee development strategies, ensuring individuals grow in roles that align with their strength and potential. This assessment guides training, career planning, and leadership development. First is personality type. Tools like the MBTI or Big Five help identify employee strengths, communication style, and leadership potential. Work behavior. Behavioral assessment analyzes traits such as motivation, adaptability, or teamwork. Understanding these factors help manager provide target coaching and create supportive work environment. Job performance. Performance evaluation highlights skill gaps and areas for improvement. Feedback from reviewers and key performance indicators ensure employees receive relevant training and career advancement opportunities. Next is case study. So the title of case studies is Safeway Ensure Inclusive Opportunities to Bring Home the Bacon. Safeway is committed to breaking the glass ceiling for women, visible minorities, and individuals with disabilities. With 1,775 stores in North America, Safeway has implemented several initiatives to promote diversity and inclusion in leadership. Women represent 57% of the company's full-time workforce in Canada, and visible minorities make up 22%. The company employs 600 Canadians with disabilities and has programs to support their career advancement. The Retail Leadership Development (RLD) program is a key initiative providing leadership training and mentorship opportunities to underrepresented groups. Safeway ensures that part-time employees and those with flexible schedules have equal opportunities for advancement. The company also removes relocation as a career barrier. The Women's Leadership Network supports female employees through mentorship and career development events, while diversity training for managers ensures accountability. As a result, the number of female store managers has increased by 42% since 2000, and women completing the RLD program grew by 31% in 5 years. Safeway has received multiple awards for its efforts, including the Catalyst Award and a recognition as one of the Canada's best diversity employers. Next is the question: why is it important for employees at Safeway in Canada to break the glass ceiling? Breaking the glass ceiling is crucial for fostering a fair and diverse workplace, ensuring equal opportunities for career growth, and enhancing employee morale. It also aligns with Safeway business strategy, as 70% of its customers are women. Promoting diversity has improved the company's sales, reputation, and competitiveness in the market. The second number two, it is at what stage of an employee relationship with the Safeway do traditional barriers faced by women, visible minorities, and individuals with disabilities need to be broken down or removed? What are those barriers? So the barriers must be addressed from requirement through career progression. Key barriers include hiring and entry level, bias in hiring process, and limited accessibility for individuals with disabilities. Mid-level, lack of mentorship and leadership training for women and minorities. Senior level is traditional expectation of frequent relocation and work-life balance challenge. Safeway address this by offering flexible scheduling, leadership development, and structured mentorship. The third question is, what role do managers have in creating a more inclusive workplace and ensuring that members of all four designated groups have fair chance for advancement at Safeway? Managers play a vital role in fostering an inclusive workplace by mentoring and supporting underrepresented employees, attending diversity training, and being evaluated on inclusion efforts, actively recruiting and developing employees from all designed groups, advocating for policies that remove barriers to advancement, encouraging participation in programs like the RLD and Women's Leadership Network. By holding managers accountable for diversity goals and linking this to the performance incentive, Safeway ensures sustainable inclusivity in leadership. The conclusion. In conclusion, employee development, mentoring, coaching, and succession planning are essential for building a skilled and adaptable workforce. Companies must integrate structured training, informal learning, and knowledge management to foster continuous growth and align with business strategies. Effective development strategies, including job experience, personality assessment, and formal education, ensure employees acquire the necessary skill to excel. Organizations also address special challenges by adapting to industry change, reskilling employees, and preparing future leaders through target succession planning. By prioritizing this initiative, business enhance employee retention, strengthen intellectual capital, and drive long-term success. A proactive approach to workforce development ensures organizations remain competitive, resilient, and prepared for the future challenge. Maybe that's all from me. Thank you. Critic and suggestion is always allowed. Thank you so much and bye bye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.